Hello, it's Este. Today I bring you a tutorial on how to upload my avatars to VRChat. I made a tutorial not too long ago of the same sort, but I figure making another one that is a little bit more detail on the whole uploading aspect. So, for the sake of this video, we're gonna be using my Lugisu base. Now, if you go to the description of it, you will find very basic instructions of how to upload said avatar. And this is what we're going to be going through in this video. So, let's go step by step. First, what we're going to need is to download the Unity engine, the version that VRChat is using currently. It might change in the future, but this link in particular should still lead you to the correct one for the time. So we're gonna click on it and it's gonna bring us to this page. So it does tell you to use the Unity Hub because that is recommended. So it's probably going to ask you to download it as well. I do already have it out downloaded, but say that we click this link and it's going to ask us to open the set link with Unity Hub. If you don't have Unity Hub, it's still going to ask you, hey, you might want to install it. So just go ahead and install Unity Hub. I do already have the correct Unity installed, but let's say that if you don't have it, it's just going to ask you, okay, let's go ahead and install it. The one thing that you need to keep in mind when you install Unity is, hold on, this. Make sure that you don't really need to install any of these things here. The only one that you need is the one that says Android build. This is in case you want to upload your avatars to the Quest/Android version of VRChat. You will need to have this checked. So go ahead and just check this and then you continue, and then it's going to start installing Unity. It's going to take quite a bit, maybe from 10 to 20 minutes or even longer sometimes. So just let it install. Once it's installed, it should appear here in your installs, and right now this is the one that we're going to be using. But again, if it changes in the future, it doesn't matter, it's still going to work for you. So once we got that installed, we're gonna go back to the instructions, and then we're also gonna need this creator companion thing, which is the thing that you need to upload things for VRChat in specific. So when you click on this link, it's going to take you to the VRChat website, and you need to have an account on VRChat in order to access to it. So if you don't have one, go ahead and make one. But if you do, it should just open this this link right here. So we're gonna go ahead and download the creator companion. You just click on there and it's going to start download it. I already have it, so I don't need to download it again. But once we have that, we can go ahead and download our avatar files. In this case, the only one that we need is the one that says Unity files. If you want to customize your model and stuff, you can download any of the other ones that you want in order to customize it. But for now, since we're only going to upload to VRChat, we're only going to use the Unity files. So it's going to start downloading their stuff. But we're going to open it and go ahead and extract the Unity files, just like that. Alright, so now that we have our Unity engine, our creator companion, and our avatar files, we should be able to go ahead and do the upload process. So we're gonna create our companion right there, right? So you just click on it. If it's just your first time using it, it's probably going to ask you that it's going to install it and stuff like that. But just let it do its thing and you should be fine. So after that is done, we're gonna create a new project. In this case, we're gonna use the Unity 2022 avatar project, or again, the most recent one. You can call it whatever you want. Let's do Lugisu test for this one. And you can also pick the location that you want for this. So go ahead and create project. It's gonna take a couple minutes, so let it do its thing, and we'll be back after it's finished. Alright, so it finished creating our project. Now it's going to bring us to this window here, and it's going to ask us, okay, this is all the stuff that your project currently has. Ones that the project need in order to work are these three that usually just come installed automatically for you. And they also have like the newest versions and stuff when you create a new project. But anyway, so after that's done, we're gonna go ahead and open our project. This also might take a couple minutes. So just go ahead, let it load, and then I'll show you what it looks like once it's loaded. Alright, so now that our project has been opened, make sure that everything looks in order, like you have this VRChat SDK screen. Everything should very much look like this. So our next step would be to bring in our avatar files into the project. So we left it on the desktop. Here's our Unity files folder, and we're gonna find, typically with my avatar, you're gonna find the files or the Unity package, and then the shader that I used on said avatar. So what we're gonna do in this case here is we're gonna go ahead and import the shader first, since the avatar might look a bit weird without this. So we're just gonna, while Unity is open, we're gonna go ahead and double click on the shader and just give it a couple of seconds while it waits. Unity is just about waiting a lot, unfortunately. At least the first time that you use it and install it, you're gonna have to be very patient with it. So alright, so after a little bit of waiting, you should have this window here in your Unity. We're gonna go ahead and import, and then again, just we're gonna wait a little more for that to import. Alright, so after your shader has imported, you should be able to find it over here. Last step would be importing the character files. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And again, if you have your Unity project open, you can just double click and it should start imported. Or you can also drag and drop it. Go ahead and here, assets. And again, you might need to wait a little bit for Unity to recognize it and then be able to import it. Okay, just like what happened with the shader, after Unity recognized the package, it should look something like that. Go ahead and import all those. Alright, so our characters have been imported. You should find my folder over here. So our next step would be to, you can find some small like instructions over here. However, I'll show you what you can do first. In our case, we're gonna go to the scenes folder, and we're gonna click on Lugitsu scene. All right, and this is what it should look like. We have quite a few different Lugisus, but it's basically the same thing, just with like different textures and stuff. Here we have our PC VR models, and then we have our Android/Quest models. I'll show you how to upload these ones later. Let's start with one of our PC ones. So if you just want to straight up upload just the regular version, you can choose between any of these ones. To do that, however, we're gonna go up to VRChat SDK and we're gonna go to the control panel. So if this is your very first time uploading avatars, this is what it's gonna look like. So what you need to do is put your VRChat account, username slash email, and the password. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so I put my username, my password, and verified through email. If you did that correctly, you should have your username right here, logged in as. And one thing to keep in mind too is that if you're new to VRChat, you might not have these permissions to publish worlds or avatars. The way that you can get through them is you do need to play the game. I'm not sure for how long, but from what I've seen, you have to play between 20 to 30, 35 hours, friend some people, go to different worlds, and then eventually you will receive an email telling you that, oh, you now have permission. So just in case you get that message here, that's what you're going to have to do. But if you don't, if you're allowed, then that's great. We're gonna go to builder now, and in this case I want to upload the Lugisu, just the plain old classic looking Lugisu. So you don't have to hide or do anything in the hierarchy. You can just go ahead and look for the name. In this case would be Lugisu, right? We're gonna give it a name. We're gonna go Lugisu test. You wanna either private or public. It depends on what you wanna do. Usually you might wanna keep it on private so that other people don't get your avatar. And you also do need to select a thumbnail. So you can either select a new thumbnail, which is gonna open your window, and you select whatever picture you want, or you can just do capture first scene. So in this case, with the mouse scroll wheel, you can like zoom in, and if you click down, hold down the scroll wheel on your mouse, and then you can also drag it across the viewport window. And let's just say that you don't really worried about the thumbnail, so let's say that that looks just good. So we're gonna go ahead and capture, and that would be the thumbnail of your avatar. And then after that is done, everything should look like this. It's gonna be medium stuff. This warning here about stations, don't worry about it. That's just normal. So we're gonna go ahead and go down, and we're gonna do a polish test. You can also do a quick test if you just want to test it out quickly in game, but in this case we're gonna build and polish. If you get this message, you can either do no or yes. It doesn't really matter. It's not gonna affect your avatar. Alright, so our avatar has been uploaded successfully, I mean. Alright, cool. So now for the Quest version of the avatar, Quest slash Android, you have to do a couple steps before. If you just try to upload it right away, it's not gonna work. So the first thing that you want to do is you're gonna click on the avatar that you just uploaded for PC. You're gonna go to the inspector, which is this side over here. We're gonna scroll down, and right here you're gonna see something called Blueprint ID. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this, we're gonna copy it, and now we're gonna go ahead and move to our quest counterpart. In this case, we're gonna see use Lugisu quest, which should it be if we double click, it should be this one here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna again, well, we have that one clicked. I'm not sure what you are doing. We're gonna scroll down again, and this one is gonna have blueprint and it's gonna be empty because we haven't really used this one. So we're gonna go ahead and paste our blueprint and then click on attach. All right, so it should be attached, and that means that both of these avatars are now connected. But we still cannot upload it to Quest or /Android. So to do that is still with this VRChat SDK window. We're gonna go ahead and click here, and it should have the option for Android. So it's gonna tell you it's gonna take a while to do the conversion. So again, just confirm and just let it do its thing. Alright, so our project is now on Android form. You can see it up here, it says Android. So now we're gonna do the same, and we're gonna choose our Lugizu. In this case, we can't use the regular one because that's the PC version. So we have to use the one that says Quest in this case. So we're gonna select it. And you will notice that it keeps the same icon as well as the same name as before, because we copied the blueprint to make sure that there is a connection between these two. So we're gonna leave all this stuff the way it is. Sometimes you might get a couple extra messages here that you can very easily fix, and this one is we can go ahead and just click on autofix on this one. Okay, so after doing that autofix, we're gonna go ahead and upload our quest avatar. So again, you might have a couple more warnings, but you should be okay. Sometimes Unity doesn't quite refresh, or rather the SDK doesn't quite refresh the correct size, the correct avatar. So we're gonna go ahead and try and upload this right away. So go ahead and publish and give it a minute. Alright, so there you go. It has been successfully uploaded for the Android version of VRChat. One thing I want to mention is that sometimes when you're trying to upload for Android, you might get an error message telling you that, oh, it could not be uploaded. What I typically do whenever this happens is I just, without changing Unity back to the PC version, like make sure that you're still on Android. What I do is I just close Unity altogether and then reopen the same project, and then I try to upload again. Usually that does the work, and you should be able to upload to Android just fine. So that should be it as far as this tutorial go. I hope that it helps you out. I tried to explain everything as clear as I could for those who have never done this, but overall you shouldn't have any issues if you follow along. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have a good day. Hopefully this helped you out, and I guess I'll see you next time. So have a good one, and goodbye.